Okay, so these are the new AC parts here. I have a brand new front bumper will need to be replaced, and you can see down here, you guys are wondering what could have possibly happened to damage the car the way that it did. Well,
Perfect.
if you're new here, welcome to the AutoLust YouTube channel. If you're already an AutoLust family member, thank you. And what's swinging, fam? So today, you know, I got some more bad news. If you didn't catch the last video, you know, where I told you what happened with Sasha's AC system and her inner chiller system and stuff, and how everything, like, you know, blew up. The compressor I think the compressor got like a hole in it or something, who knows. But you know, so she's down. And if you didn't catch the YouTube short yesterday, then you need to check that out, because now Olivia is down, my LCI 7 series. So F chassis LCI 7 series. So I mean, when it rains, it pours, but we're gonna just keep on moving, man. You know, I wanted to show you guys the wheels and how bad they were, because it was actually like, the wheel is so bent that it's twisted, you know. So when it's sitting straight, like you were looking at the tire, when you roll it on the, it does this, like some like snake charmer movement. I mean, it's crazy. That wheel is toast, you know. And I just bought those 22-inch wheels last year for, I mean, and they weren't cheap either. I mean, they weren't HREs or anything, but they weren't cheap. They was like close to $3,000, you know. So, and then I sold the stock wheels, so I couldn't put the stock wheels back on either, you know. So I had to, you know, these stock wheels that I found in, you know, not too far, about 45 minutes away from my house, it was meant to be, because they were Sasha's exact, well, Olivia's exact stock wheel that came on the car when I bought it, except they're in horrible condition. But for $300, who's complaining? I mean, the car was stuck on the lift. You know, all four wheels need to be refinished. I mean, it's horrible. And literally every single tire, they're the right tire size, and the tread is pretty good, but they're all different brands. Literally not one matching brand, like none of them. It's 4 different brands. You know, not even the same brand, just a different, you know, level of tire, like the Potenza Road Force or the Bridgestone, something else. You know, it's 4 completely different brands that have nothing to do with each other. So I was like, you know, and it drives like crap too, so the tires might be bad. So I'm gonna put different tires on there as well. But silver lining to this thing, you know, I did receive all of Sasha's air conditioning parts. But before I show you, well, I'm going to show you the air conditioning parts first to fix Sasha. Then I'm going to go outside, you know, and show you like how much damage happened from that wheel getting bent that bad. Because I know you're thinking like, man, if a wheel's got bent, all 4 wheels are damaged. So I know you're thinking, if man, that the wheel is damaged that bad, I mean, it has to be damaged to the car. And it is. So I'm going to show you guys that. But let's check out these silver lining to this horrible, heartbreaking story. Look at these new AC parts. Okay, so these are the new AC parts here. I have a brand new Denso compressor. I mean, no aftermarket. You know, this is brand new, you know, OE or OEM, whatever. I think, yeah, they use the Denso, or I'm sure it's the Denso, and Denso was rated #1 versus any of the other brand new ones. So like the build quality on the Denso is superb. So I went with the Denso. Also, brand new condenser down there, and I went with the Nissan's. You know that you know, there's good quality. I was gonna go with the Nissan's compressor, but the Denso was rated higher in quality wise. But they didn't have a Denso front, a Denso condenser. I have the original Continental belt that comes on the car because the belt popped and all type of crazy crap. A new evaporator valve made by, this was a highly rated one too, UAC. And a new, this is a dryer. The dryer for the car is built inside of the condenser. So, I mean, you can swap it out, but when you buy a new condenser, it comes with a new dryer. But this is a new dryer for my inner chiller system, you know, so I'm going to be replacing the dryer for that. It's I bought a 4-season one, a 4 Seasons brand new, because the brand that comes with the FI inner chiller, it's in Australia and it's so much money just to get it shipped here. It's all, I mean, the thing is only like $12, but shipping it here is like $60 or something. So I just bought the same version here in the US so I can fix everything. And this, with me cleaning the lines out, flushing the inner chiller out, because I don't want to buy another inner chiller. That's going to be around $1,000 for another inner chiller box. And then flushing the coil in the dash, you know, I'm going to just take the top line off, you know, pump it full of 100 or 98 or something percent alcohol. You want a high percentage of nice alcohol, you know, isopropyl, so it leaves no residue. And I'm gonna, you know, force that through with compressed air a couple of times to clean the coil out, and that should, you know, have a brand new clean system. And I'm doing the same thing to the chiller. Fill it up with alcohol, flush it out, blow it out, you know, and let everything dry for a few hours. You know, alcohol flashes very quick anyways. So yeah, let's get out here and see this car. All right, so driving impressions after, you know, damage. All the wheels are pretty much damaged, you know. So I would say she drives pretty much the same, you know, like the sway bar, the driver's side sway bar end link does have, it looks like it's a little bent, but maybe it just looks like that because she still drives the same. But I mean, who knows, you know, like everything in the car still feels the same. But I'm going to show you guys the front bumper and what the front bumper looks like after it happened. So these are pretty much the stock wheels that came on Olivia here. You know, they don't look bad, even with the car lowered. You know, at first I'm like, okay, the car doesn't look, you know, the car's gonna look too low with 20-inch wheels versus the 22-inch wheels. But I mean, it actually doesn't look that bad at all. So that's a good thing. But, you know, when you get around back, it does look a little funny. Like, I guess I had the wider wheels on it, and the factory wheels definitely sit in a lot more, so they need to be spaced out tremendously to, you know, get the same look that I had. And other than that, I mean, it doesn't look bad, you know. The stock wheels doesn't look bad. I'm definitely gonna get a 4-wheel alignment after that happened. But, and as you can see, all 4 wheels need to be refinished and stuff like that. Some of them have like some gouges in them. You know, it's kind of like a 10-foot car, you know, like it looks beautiful from 10 foot away. That's how she looks now, you know. But if you're just looking at the front bumper, you can't tell from just looking like this. You know, it looks like there's no damage. But if you look here, you see how perfect this grill sits in, and you can see it's bent here. And if you see here, you see this grill is actually smashed shut. You see how these honeycomb is almost together, and how this is lift up right there. So this front bumper will need to be replaced. And you can see down here where it's just gouged all the way out. You know, like a whole piece of plastic is missing. You know, the under trays are still fine, you know, which is a miracle that the under trays are still good. But other than that, I mean, she's still nice and clean interior wise. And I hate the fact that I just did so much stuff like this Android touchscreen, new steering wheel, upgraded M Sport steering wheel, and a lot of other stuff. And now the wheels are pretty much trash, you know, and I'm definitely not buying anymore. That's a lot of money down the drain. So yeah, that's out of there. Yeah, so I don't know. So I know you guys are wondering what could have possibly happened to damage the car the way that it did. Well, the front bumper and the wheels. So what happened was, you know, after, if you follow the channel, you know I replaced everything in the suspension, lowered it, new coils, new shocks, everything, almost every bushing under the entire car is polyurethane now, especially on the front end. And I was trying to do a couple more things before I got the car aligned because the alignment was a little out. So what happened was, you know, I let the car veer to the driver's side, you know, not on purpose, on mistake, because what happened was I had something sitting on my lap and it was gonna fall in between the seats. So I reached down to grab it, and that little time it took me to grab it, it veered over a little bit and hit the hump, you know. So that's pretty much what happened. So thank God I was only going like 30 miles an hour or less than that. That's why it's not crazy damage. You know, it just bent the wheels up a little bit because the hump was high, but I wasn't going fast. So it pretty much just went up it and went over it, you know, and I was able to just drive to a parking lot or whatever because it knocked the air out of the two driver's side tires, front and rear. So I mean, it was just, you know, super weird. And you know, if I would have just got the car aligned, or you know, not been bouncing back and forth between Sasha and Olivia, and you know, just finish one of them out, which it's impossible because they're two different type of cars. They need two different types of attention. And if I was to finish one out, you guys would be going months without videos, you know. So I do little stuff to Olivia whenever I can't do anything to Sasha, you know. So, you know, I'm not blaming anybody, you know, it's all my fault, you know, and it is what it is. So, hey, you F around and find out, pretty much. And that's what I did. I told you guys, man, like when it rains, it pours, like seriously. You know, first Sasha, now Olivia, you know, so for 3 days I was without a car at all. You know, I had to get a rental truck to, you know, go and buy these wheels and all type of stuff. Had to, you know, contact a couple of friends of mine to take me a couple of places. Man, that's like the worst feeling in the world, you know, like for those of you, those people who don't own a car, man, like, I mean, unless you don't want one and you like getting around city transit and stuff like that, or you don't go out a lot. But if you're a very busy person like I am, not having an automobile is like, it's the worst feeling in the world. So, you know, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, you know, going on from here out. You know, like I said, I'm gonna fix whatever I can fix or whatever, you know, and then go from there. But I don't know, it all depends. But yeah, that's the little update I got for you guys. You know, Omar went out of town, so I wanted to start doing the AC system for Sasha to get her back on the road. So I guess I gotta wait for him to come back, you know, and see what the news is with that. So like, share, and subscribe, and Auto Lust out.